So the best, by the way, and I talked about an on-page tool a minute ago. The best on-page trade tool I found is from Trade Pending. It's extremely responsive. As the customer starts to type, you can see in the top there, as they start to type, 2010, and it drops in all the Nissans, and it's got Lincoln Navigator. They can very quickly find their vehicle, their year, make, model, and trim. And it's great for in-page because it doesn't take the customer off of a search results page or a vehicle detail page. That's why I absolutely love it. Now, go to undeniableadvantage.com/trade pending, or call them now at that number on the screen, 888-319-2909, if you want more information about trade pending and if you want to learn more about why I love them. So let's talk mobile now. Your mobile website's pretty important, in case you didn't know. According to Google, half of all searches for car dealer trade values are done on mobile. Isn't that amazing? Half the searches. And oh, by the way, that's a 17% year-over-year increase. That means next year, more than half of the searches on mobile are going to, or more than half of the searches for trade values are going to be on mobile. So your website's trade partner must perform equally well on mobile as it does on desktop. It must be what we call responsive, meaning that it can fit to the screen properly, and it must be, and this is critical, easy to complete. Let's look at long forms on mobile. Your homegrown trade form that your website provider gives you for free, that might be responsive on mobile, like this one is, but nobody's completing this hot mess on their phone, I'm telling you. See, it doesn't matter that it's responsive and it fits, but owners' forms like your website provider's freebie form or the instant cash offer form should not be used on a dealer's mobile website. Remember, your website has just two goals: attract visitors and convert those visitors into buyers. That's it. Let's talk about converting more of those visitors to buyers. Let's talk about something called instant retargeting, okay? This is a must-have for all dealer sites, including motorcycle dealers. We'll show you that in a second. Instant retargeting allows you to capture leads from people who've already left your website. So we're going to zoom in. I'm going to show you a quick demo. And this is just a flat demo that I'm going to show you, but we're at a car dealer's website here. And let's say I click to schedule a service appointment. That service appointment opens up in a new tab. If you'll notice, we have two tabs open now, where before we just had one. And so I can schedule service as a customer, but in that original tab, we've actually taken it over and we've put in, in this case, Black Book Activator has put in a trade form and given this dealer one more chance to earn a customer's business, one more chance to generate a trade lead. And so that's what instant retargeting is. The customer's already left your site. They scheduled service. They looked at used cars. They went off to cars.com or something else. And sitting there in that original tab waiting for them is this lead form. Now, this is called instant retargeting. It's available from Jumpstart's Black Book Activator division. Black Book Activator calls it Enhance. So I don't have anything on my website about them, but you can contact, I love this tool. You can contact Black Book Activator at 866-451-6200. Ask them about Enhance. Now, I want to stop for a second because you might say, well, Steve, hold on. You've recommended Instant Cash Offer. You've recommended Trade Pending, and now you're recommending Black Book Enhance. I don't get it. How can I have three? I want you to understand. Trade and lead generation, this is not your DMS. Trade and lead generators, they're not your DMS. You can and should have more than one. So I recommend Instant Cash Offer for off-site. I recommend Black Book Enhance and the Black Book forms for the links on your site. And I absolutely positively recommend Trade Pending for your on-page forms. You can and should have all three. This is not your DMS. This is not your CRM. You need to cast a wide net. Your website needs to be a spider web for leads. Remember, two goals: attract and convert. So don't leave leads laying on the table, especially leads that you can sell because you feel like I can only do business with one. It's silly. You can and should have all three. All right, let's talk about Digital Power Sports real quick. Digital Power Sports is a company that has instant retargeting for motorcycle dealers, and I think RV dealers and power sports dealers, my apologies, I'm not sure. I do know that what they do for motorcycle dealers is great. This is a must-have for all motorcycle dealer websites. Instant retargeting, as I said before, allows you to capture leads from people who've already left your website. So it's available from Digital Power Sports as something called Site Encore Sentry. Also, by the way, Digital Power Sports Mobile is worth a look. There's Digital Power Sports phone number, 866-618-8998. Call them directly for information about this. But let's zoom in on this mobile piece real quick. This is pretty cool. If you're using Digital Power Sports and one of your prospects is on a mobile device and they submit a trade lead to you, they get a text back that they can get that trade lead delivered right into their mobile device as a text message. There's the value, and they'll schedule an appointment right there for this prospect, and all the prospect needs to do is click to call your dealership right from their mobile device. It's pretty slick. All right, so that's instant retargeting. I want to talk about the trade-in prospect in general on dealer sites. Now, whether you're a car dealer, RV dealer, motorcycle dealer, it doesn't matter. I want you to understand the consumer who completes a trade form on your site. The consumer that completes a trade form on a dealer site, they viewed at least 2 web pages on your site. So we can assume one of the following is actually true for all the completed forms we get from our website, okay? 1, the consumer was shopping for cars. That means they're in market, right? So that lead has come from someone who's in market. Or 2, the consumer was interested in parts or service. That means they're what we call near market, right? They went to your site for parts or service. They saw the call to action for a trade lead. They clicked it to complete it. Those are near market customers. So regardless, though, of why the consumer visited your website, both of these consumer types, the in market and the near market, expect the exact same experience once they've completed that trade form. You need to know this. They expect a value for their current vehicle, and they expect no sales pressure. There's nothing about the trade-in form that says, hey, we're gonna give you a lot of sales pressure and try to sell you something. So we need to think about that when we're talking about trying to connect with these people, and then once we get them on the phone. We'll talk about that later after the break. There's no break coming up yet, don't get excited. But I want you to also think beyond the website, okay? Your website has just 2 goals. We talked about that. Your website's 2 goals are to attract and convert, okay? That's it. You can help your website attract trade leads by including this goal, attracting trade leads, in your e-newsletter, right? Where you're not just sending them to a trade form, but maybe, or not just giving them a lead right away or their value right away. In some cases, maybe you don't know who they are, and so you need to send them to your website to complete a trade lead in your e-newsletters or email marketing like we saw earlier. But you also should include this in your Facebook advertising, all of your Facebook posts, your text marketing, anything else you're doing. You need to think beyond the website, because again, this is a paradigm shift. If I tell someone I want to buy their car, right, and I make that part of my marketing, like CarMax does on Facebook, like Texas Direct does on Facebook, like some progressive motorcycle dealers do on Facebook. If I make that part of my marketing, I am no longer the seller, I'm the buyer, and the customer is more comfortable dealing with me.